Hello, Brother Hatch. This is a brief explanation of my final project in this semester in the course Business Applications. And well, my project is about a list of friends of mine from church, uh, sisters from the Real Life Society, because I'm the president of the Real Life Society, and I choose some sisters of my ward. This is the list, their names, and this is their occupations. I chose this because most of the sisters in my ward, because we live in a city very far from the capital, maybe they are not professional. They are not. Maybe they didn't. They never had the opportunity to study in a university. So I choose these sisters that they have they have an occupation, and well, this is all information that I have from them: their occupation, where they live. In address, I select this is not the complete address. This is like a zone where they live, and number of children, if they are married or not, if they are working or not, and their birthday. And well, the first function that I use is this, to calculate the age. So if you open this file tomorrow, it's going to, and it may change if it's the birthday of some of them. So these are the ages and the salary. I have two columns of salaries because this is the, digamos, this is the salary, if they will be working, all of them, but some of them they are not working. So the salary that I use is in this column, but it changes. For example, here says $25,000, but she is not working. That's why here sets zero. I used an if function here. That's exactly the same with the rest of the values. And well, this is the first um, the first spreadsheet with all information. Then I use some of this information in another spreadsheet, and I put processed information because here I change some values, well, with functions, so I can then use in charts or in another things that can be useful. For example, here, in a way to count how many of them have a special characteristic of something. For example, if they're married or not, so it counts 1 and 2, and then it's the appears the auto zoom. Okay, for example, here I use the zone where they live, so I use where the I count here, and this information: 5 live in California, 5 sisters live in Santa Elmira, 2 live in San Andres, 1 in Liberación Social. So I use all this information, and then I use it in the dashboard. What else? For example, how many children do they have? One child is 14%. I use here a formula. For example, here I use the SUMIF function to calculate exactly number of children that they have, and where I calculate the average salary. here, and also if they are married or not, if they are working or not. With SUMIF function, I use many of them with this formula to calculate all the values. And after that, I prepare the dashboard with all information. My dashboard is separated in 3 parts. The first one is about personal information. For example, here I have the name. I did data validation here with a list of all of my friends. For example, I choose Andrea Casas, and here says her occupation, she's an administrative manager. And here I use, for all these values, I use the VLOOKUP function, and here shows me all the information about her, how many children she has, and all information about each of my friends. In the second part is sisters basic information. It's like a global information. For example, in the address, this is a chart that explains where do they live, and for example, the 36% of them live in Santa Delmira, the same as the other zones. This is in address. Number of children, exactly the same. How many children do they have? If they are married or not. This is the a very clear chart, and I can see how many of them, for example, in my ward, the professional sisters, I can say that most of them are married. Well, in working sisters, not working is 57. And why happens this? Well, I know that this happens because most of them have children very young, so they are taking care of their children. That's why they are not working. And what else? Oh, the salaries. The salaries, I choose all of their names because all of them are not working, as I said before. So I have here a comparison of how much they receive every month. Well, this is the general information. I also have here a pivot table showing the information in another way. For example, the names, where do they live, the number of children, and here I can select, for example, my friend Andrea. She's not married, she's working, she lives in California, she has one child. So this is the information, basic information. And this is the last part, the place information, only to have another value. San Andres, in that zone, for example, the total salary of the sisters that live there is, this is the amount. I can choose another place, for example, Liberación Social. In Liberación Social, I don't have any sister working, for example. But in another place, yes, in Praderas del Golf, yes, the total salary of them is this. The average of children is 2. So this changes, and if I choose here, well, in this project I use many functions, as I was saying. VLOOKUP function, data validation, well, the dashboard. I try to prepare my dashboard very colorful and with all information, trying to be very clear so everyone can understand what I use here. And well, I use many many of functions that I learned in this semester. I hope that you like it. For me, this project. It's important because I can, process the information that I already know. But for example, in the system of the in the LDS page, in the LDS web page, I only can see, the names, if they have children or not, the ages, but I can't. I don't know if they are working or not. If what are their occupations? This information I can't see it in the web in the chart. So for me, it was very important, and to manage how many of them lives in what place, the number of children, the average number of children, if they are married or not. For me, it's important maybe to think of them to a calling in our organization, so or an assignment, not necessarily a calling. For me, I think that it's important to know these values. I only choose some of them that I know that are professionals. So this is real information. They are their real occupations and their ages. Um, I think that this can help me some way in my calling. Okay, thank you, Brother Hatch, for your time, and have a good holiday. Thank you for all your knowledge and your time sharing with us during this semester. Thank you very much. Bye.